Hi, I'm Richard from the Grammar Goat English Academy. Welcome to my English language grammar lesson. Today's lesson is all about the indefinite article an, two very problematic words for all levels of English language student, from beginner, A1, all the way up to proficiency, C2. Are you ready? Okay, let's start my lesson. In today's lesson, I'm going to show you and teach you three main uses of the indefinite article, and an. The first very important use of an to introduce a new person or a new thing into a text. We'll be practicing this later in my lesson. Number two, we use an before jobs. Number three, we use an before singular countable nouns. Here are some nouns in English. Do you know them? We use an before nouns that start with a vowel sound. For example, an ear, an ant, an apple, an envelope. All of these nouns start with a vowel sound. The diphthong, ear, and the vowel sounds, a. We use before nouns that start with a consonant sound. So all of the other sounds that aren't vowel sounds. For example, a bear, a hamburger, a shirt. Be careful with the last one. It has a vowel letter, but the sound is a consonant. Ukulele, ukulele. Before nouns that start with consonant sounds. It's time to put our rules into practice. I'm going to give you some practice. So, rule number one, we use or an to introduce a new person or a new thing into a text. Take a look at this text. Firstly, I want you to find all of the nouns. I'll give you 20 seconds. Where are the nouns? Five seconds. Are you ready? I've highlighted the nouns for you in blue. Now, very simply, can you add a or an before each of the nouns? Again, I'll give you 20 seconds. Go! Five seconds. Are you ready? Check. I've added all of the indefinite articles. A, or, an. Orange juice, o. O, of course, is a vowel sound. So, an orange juice. All of the other nouns begin with a consonant sound. So we use a. How did you do? Did you make any mistakes? Don't worry if you did. Making mistakes are a natural part of learning. Let's move on to number two. A or an before jobs. Take a look at these jobs. Now, match them to each sentence and add a or an. I'll give you 30 seconds. Ready? Go! 5 seconds. Okay, it's time to check. A. She helps sick animals. She's a vet. B. He performs operations in a hospital. He is a surgeon. C. He makes coffee. He is a barista. Her paintings are beautiful. She is an artist. He builds houses. He is a builder. And the last one, his cooking is amazing. He is a chef. Let's move on to rule number 3. This is really important grammar because we use the indefinite article a or an with singular countable nouns, units like a person, a book, a fact. A or an isn't usually used with uncountable nouns, masses, air, information, water. However, English grammar is difficult because we can think of some nouns as both units and as masses. Some nouns have a countable sense and an uncountable sense. I'm going to show you some examples now. So, some nouns we can think of in English as units, things that we can count, or as masses. Have a look at these sentences. Add a or an if necessary. Some of them don't need an article. What do you think? And again, it depends on if you're thinking of the noun as a unit, something you can count, or as a mass, something that you can't count. I'll give you 20 seconds to think about this. Go. Five seconds. Are you ready? Okay, I'm Richard, I'm the grammar goat. I'm going to help you with your grammar. Have a look at my grammar explanations. And again, it's all about if we're thinking about the noun as a unit, countable, or as a mass, uncountable. You have egg on your shirt, egg as a mass, a stain. You have an egg on your shirt, a whole egg. The second example is probably unlikely, but not impossible. In example 2, we're clearly talking about units, things we can count, a croissant, an egg. So clearly here we use the indefinite articles. Number 3, are we thinking about hair as a mass or a hair as a unit? Both are possible, but the first one, there's hair in my soup, is a little bit unlikely. More likely, there's a hair in my soup. A hair, a unit of hair. Number 4, the first example is probably more likely. He's got short black hair. Hair in its uncountable sense as a mass. But it is possible to say he's got a short black hair. It's possible, but a little bit unlikely. But I hope I've shown you how nouns in English can have both uncountable and countable senses. If we're talking about singular countable nouns, use a or an. That's the end of my English language grammar lesson. As always, if you've learned something from my lesson, like the video and of course subscribe to my channel, The Grammar Goat English Academy. Thank you so much for watching and good luck with your English language learning. I'll see you in the next English lesson.